It is now my pleasure to invite our third discussant, Dr. Alex Zhicheng Huang. Alex, may I invite you to offer your comments, questions, and
Sure,
reflections? Over
sure.
to you,
Well,
please.
thank you, Norman, and thank you, Xingyu, that for the presentation. I really enjoy the kind of different local practice in China, and I think people should be doing this not just in the field of bankruptcy law, but also in other areas like corporate law, security regulation. That there should always be different local practice. So do not look at China as a whole. I think that is an important methodology point. And I have four comments. The first is people have raised this point before, that how should we distinguish the bridging model from the rehearsal model clear and fast? Because the two seem to overlap. Like under either model, the process should be super similar, that testing creditor support, looking for investor, and prepare a plan. Actually, I believe that is perhaps impossible to tell them apart in advance, that you could only tell their difference exposed. That if you could really distinguish these two models, you should have two expectations. The first would be a bridging model should have a higher success rate than a free-fall reorganization, that it will be a reorganization without any pre-pack. So that's what US people call it, a free-fall reorganization. So that would be your first prediction. And the second prediction would be that a rehearsal model should have an even higher success rate than a bridging model. It probably would be like a 100% success rate, because those weaker cases, they would not have the opportunity to enter the formal proceeding. And if you could collect some even super simple data and see whether this prediction held, and then based on that, those data, we could have a convincing distinction between bridging model and rehearsal model. Because again, if you look at ex ante, I think they would be just the same. You should really have collect some exposed data to tell whether there is such a difference between these two types of model. And the second thing is, if there are indeed two different models, the rehearsal model and the bridging model, then why do some regions choose bridging model and others choose rehearsal? Because the presentation only told us that, oh, the Shenzhen court choose one model that who lead the process, and the Wenzhou would be another model about who leads the process, but that do not explain why a region choose one function, like why one region choose rehearsal instead of bridging. And these two questions, they are like separated questions. So I kind of wonder why a jurisdiction would choose a particular function instead of the other. And the third thing would be that the different parts of the paper need to be connected in a better way, because you first distinguish bridging from rehearsal, you then distinguish court lead model from the government lead models, but these are really two different questions, as I just mentioned. So the first is about what the process does, and the second is about who controls the process. But what is the relationship between these two models? Like, do the bridging model and the rehearsal model match the core lead and the government lead model? Are they related in any way, or they are like completely separated? They have no relationship with each other. So it would be better if you could tell me what's the relationship between these like four models that you propose. Even like a simple 2x2 table might help to know the relationship of these four different models better. And finally, I think the final criticism, the final conclusion needs a clear link to your earlier analysis, because basically you're saying that, oh, the pre-pack in China has become too closely tied to the court or the government, so that that's bad for the market operation. But actually, you can make the same argument without any observation you made before, that the final conclusion has a very weak relationship with the observation you made based on the four models. So I would love to see if you could propose some like final conclusion based closely on the four models you bring, instead of just some like general or something that has been said before regarding the evaluation of prepack in China. So that would be my comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you very much, Alex, for those stimulating remarks.